All right.
Go.
What's up, everybody? We're here back with some weekly news roundup. So this new thing we're trying, it's called okay, so what I missed. So the idea is, if you've been busy this week or doing whatever, or maybe you don't follow this nerd news as closely as we do, we want to try and catch you up as quickly as possible. So I've got a bunch of buddies with me. I've got Rob from the 905 here. I've got Pat and Chris, who you see on a lot of our videos, and I'm John, of course. So you see me all over the place. So we've got some news stories. We're going to throw them at you. We're going to react to them. And then we're going to maybe quickly go over what's coming up this weekend if we're looking forward to anything. And then that's it. So let's rock with the news. Who wants to hit us with something first? Chris Ho, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So the big news, or big MCU news this week, was that hot off the heels of the immensely successful Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show on Disney Plus, they announced, or Hollywood Reporter announced, I totally heard that burp.
Hollywood Reporter had the microphone muted.
Rob wolfed down McDonald's right before we started this. So, yeah.
The big news, Rob had McDonald's, okay?
Yeah, and he's got gas, and it's coming out right now at 124.
Oh, that's wicked. That's what. There we go.
Okay,
sorry about that, Chris.
All right, sorry, Sir Burps a lot.
Way to get interrupted by that.
All right, so go ahead, Chris. You were talking about we're talking about Cap 4, right?
Yeah, Cap 4. So they've announced that the showrunner and writer of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Malcolm Spellman, is going to be writing a Cap 4 movie. Is in the works from him, I guess is the best way to say it. So I guess this brings up the question. I'll throw it to you guys now. So does that mean we're not going to see a season 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier? And also, are we going to see a Chris Evans return? I don't know if you guys are expecting a Cap 4, but it's going to probably follow these same characters from Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, I'll throw it to Rob first. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So spoilers alert, if you haven't watched the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're probably going to delve a little bit into spoiler territory. So go ahead, Rob.
Hey, thanks. For the record, the Western Quarter Pounder with cheese is not high on the list of McDonald's foods. I tried it. It's not. Yeah, it's got barbecue sauce. It's all
that's
over.
Your fast food report. Fast food report.
That's right. A couple of things. One is that Anthony Mackie posted something, I think it was on Instagram or on Twitter, where he's being held up by a harness and he's kind of floating across the screen, and it made a caption of stopping by Tom Holland's place. Makes some people wonder if he has a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home as the new Captain America. With respect to a Cap 4, yeah, I'm sure. Cool. I think it's great. I don't think there will be a sequel, a season 2 of Falcon the Winter Soldier. Could there be a Captain America the Winter Soldier television show, or Captain America and Bucky? Potentially, possibly. I mean, who knows what Marvel's going to do? They seem to have things laid out pretty well. But first and foremost, we'll likely see Mackie in Spider-Man, and then he'll be in his own show. Or his own movie, sorry.
Yeah,
what about a John Walker show, John, with that?
I'm interested to see where that character goes. So if this happens and there is no, Falcon and Winter Soldier, aka Captain American Winter Soldier, or aka who knows what, I think, because Bucky is no longer going to be called Winter Soldier, was an article I also saw. What is the fate of this John Walker character, and what is the fate of all those other characters that they introduced in this? So the next logical step is maybe some type of Young Avengers project. They basically showed off a character that could become Patriot, a character that could become the new Falcon. So maybe John Walker will be there. I do want to see his story continue. I don't know. Can he hold up his own show? Maybe, but I feel like he's Pat's shaking his head. I don't think the character. Yeah, well, that's what he did. He did his job well. But I don't know if this character is quite ready to carry his own show. So I hope that they will continue it with something else. So if it is the same 2 players on the field for next season, awesome. If we get Cap 4 and it's starring Anthony Mackie, with this cast reappearing in a movie, a full-blown movie, a la Firefly Into Serenity or something along those lines, I'm definitely down.
What do you think,
Pat?
I think I would want one or the other. I don't think I would want to see both a movie and another series, because that just seems like a lot, right? I mean,
unless it's done really well.
Unless it's, I mean, if they traditionally use shows as kind of like a way to like start and try new things, right? So if they're moving into movie territory, that means they're sure it's going to work. So if they move into if they do that and they do another show, they better have this show just introduce even more characters and kind of take the focus away from him, because if he's getting another movie, that's a lot of Captain America.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
hey man,
lot of Captain America,
but
a lot of fun.
maybe it's time for that much Captain America. Since you already talked about that, Chris, I'll just drop that the action figures for the TV show have been revealed and announced. So I'll drop a quick picture of those there, featuring all the main characters as well as your WandaVision characters. White Vision and Scarlet Witch in her new costume, as well as a Loki figure, and Baron Zemo and a U.S. agent in a black costume, which is really cool. So if you want the blue costume, unfortunately, I would think that is a Walmart exclusive. So get on that. And the Build-A-Figure is going to be Falcon's wings. So if you want the huge wingspan, so they did this in a previous wave with Spider-Man and who was it? Vulture. The Michael Keaton character. Yeah. So his wingspan was contained in the other characters. And then that'll lead into the other action figures that were revealed this week, which were the Shang-Chi action figures. Featuring Simu Liu and Tony Leung and a couple of retro
Tony Stark.
yeah. Well, what they do is they throw in other characters to just fill out the wave. So they've got a retro vintage Tony Stark there with a hologram
AI Tony Stark from like the
exactly and he will come with the regular head. How you since Rob and Chris aren't as into the toys as me and Pat, how you feeling about these action figure reveals this past week, Pat?
Okay, I think I thought you were asking Chris. You and I are
Chris doesn't collect toys,
so we've been kind of like checking out some of the spoilers and some of the leaks. So we kind of had an idea this was coming anyways. I really like the fact that the MCU wave, or at least the TV show wave, is actually 7 figures that are all kind of in that same universe, right? One of the biggest problems that people have when you're collecting Marvel Legends is that you're forced to buy 1 or 2 figures that you don't really want, or have nothing to do with what you're doing, just like that Shang-Chi wave, right? Does anybody really want like the Captain America guy from Contest of Champions? Well, I mean, you kind of have to get him if
people do, because he comes with the other head. So
right. Now, granted, the Build-A-Figure for this wave is Mr. Hyde, which is completely random. But
unless he shows up in Shang-Chi, which will be
which is unlikely, right? But it's a cool looking figure, and it's like a big dude in a green suit, which you can always use more of, right? But I really like the MCU wave. I'm going to call it the MCU wave, but it's really more of like a Marvel Disney Plus wave, right?
Yeah.
And even that Loki figure, it's really, really simple. It's just a Loki head on like a general body. But all they need to do is put TVA on the shirt, and all of a sudden people are going nuts.
Yeah. So one of the nerd things to do, Rob, is for us to take regular action figures of guys in just suits and regular clothing and drop superhero heads on them and make like a civilian scene, or have them as background characters. So that's super nerding out in action figure territory. We'll kick it back to Chris since we took it away from him. I'll give him back the ball. Was there anything else you wanted to drop, Chris?
Just news-wise in general. A lot of news around Eternals this week, just because Chloe Zhao, the director of Eternals, won an Oscar. First Asian American woman to win an Oscar for Best Director. I guess the question is, does this add to your anticipation of this movie, having an Oscar-winning director, or, who cares? Big deal. None of us are really watching, or not a lot of us are watching Oscar movies, I don't think, in this group.
That's a Rob question. Rob probably knows the Oscar credentials. Like, does this elevate Eternals in your mind at all, Rob?
I haven't seen Nomadland. It is in Canada on Disney Plus Star. So you could watch it there. I've heard it's okay. Listen, she was already well through the Eternals, I think even before they started filming Nomadland. So Kevin Feige this week said that, her style is very different from everything else that they've done in the past, and he was really happy with it. So does it, I guess your question is, does it elevate anything? No, it doesn't. Kenneth Branagh directed Thor 1. Kenneth Branagh is a great director for Shakespearean movies, but many people don't like his Thor 1. You look at a lot of the other directors, Jon Favreau, people sometimes don't like some of his stuff. So, having the Oscar doesn't really mean a lot to to me personally. But it is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah. And there was another little snippet that dropped with Eternals, right, Chris?
In an interview, Kevin Feige kind of let it slip that Gemma Chan is going to be the main character in this movie, or the lead in this movie, playing Cersei, right?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, so Pat, do you know anything about that character?
She was an Avenger in the 70s.
Okay, there we go. That's
Yeah. Now the interesting thing is Gemma was already in a movie, a Marvel movie, Captain Marvel. I'm not sure what the character name was. That's how forgettable it was.
Minerva. That does nothing.
I think she had a sniper rifle at one point, and that's all I remember from that movie. So I'm guessing it's kind of weird to have another person play, or the same person play another character in the same like continuity. Does that bother you guys at all? Or
in the other movie?
Yeah, she had a whole bunch of makeup on, so you could easily, yeah.
It's not like they got the same guy from Human Torch to play Captain America, right?
No, not that.
No. We're gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
The guy that played Human Torch be Killmonger. Like,
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't matter. Like the actors and actresses and performers and all that kind of stuff do all kinds of stuff nowadays. So yeah, if it was some type of main lead character, maybe we'll have an issue. So we'll see if that ever comes up, or if anyone can think of one off the top of their head right now. I'll take the ball for a quick second, and I'll say a brand new Twitter pic came up of the new Hawkeye costume. So I'm going to show that to you, Rob. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
No, I haven't.
Ooh,
so this is
reaction.
Yeah, so this is the real action. I'm gonna drop it up. So anyone who doesn't want to see spoilers of seeing this costume, obviously, avert your eyes or cover your mouth or ears. I don't know how sensory things
all the
work.
Hawkeye stands out there. Just
yeah.
If you don't want to see something, cover your ears.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, definitely. I'm just messing around here. So anyway, so this is the new Hawkeye costume, and we're gonna go around the table quickly. And I know Hawkeye is a big or not Hawkeye. The other girl in the picture, Pat, is a big fan of, so we'll roll with that. So here we go. So this is the new Hawkeye costume. So this was a new costume introduced, I think, in All New Hawkeye or later on in his Ultimates run.
We're not going to verbally describe it, right? In case somebody does care about spoilers.
we should. It's purple. It's the purple. So it's less leather tactical looking. It's more superhero looking. So I'll get it off the screen so we can see what Rob looks like. Rob, what do you think first?
Well, yeah. So I would just preface it by saying that's looks like an undersuit. So he probably will be having some type of. He'll obviously have something to strap on the bow to.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's an off camera picture. Yeah. So it's not on screen. It's not all geared up. It's not fully CG'd. Whatever they're gonna do with it. So yeah, what do you think?
I like that better than the Avengers costume where he was just a sleeveless.
He had a tank top.
Yeah, right. He was wearing like a vest from the Gap. That was sleeveless, and he was running around shooting and showing off his muscles. So I'm cool with that. I think it looks great. Yeah, sure, why not? More comic accurate costumes, the better. We all wanted to see Wolverine in his costume. I mean, his
iconic tiger stripe costume.
I want to see if they're going to put Hawkeye in the massive fin-headed.
Please,
maybe they will. All right. So quickly, Chris, you dig it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. I haven't paid much attention to Hawkeye's costumes throughout the movies. There was the haircut. He had the mohawk in Endgame. I think that was the big difference in his look.
Yeah, the faux hawk.
But honestly, haven't paid much attention to his costumes other than that, that sleeveless thing to show off the Jeremy Renner's guns in that first movie. But that was That was
all right, Pat. So, Pat, it looks like is that Kate Bishop?
No, clearly not Haley Steinfeld.
All right, cool. I know. All right, so are you looking forward to seeing the Kate Bishop costume? Or I think they've shown her walking around.
Every single Hawkeye iteration, their costume is just like a shirt. It's just a purple shirt and a quiver and a bow.
So now he gets his superhero costume. So we're all pretty excited for that. All right,
he's wearing Under Armour.
Yeah. All right. So
can you put that picture up again?
It's the Heat Gear collection.
Okay, because in the comics, Pat's right. He does have like that purple tunic, but it has like the two pieces that kind of go down below his waist, and it makes like a giant H. I just didn't know. I was looking to see if this one was kind of similar, but it's not. So that's fine.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that's the new Hawkeye costume. Who do we want to kick it to next? You got anything else, Chris, or you want to pass the ball?
That's good for me for now.
All right, cool. So I'm throwing in more basketball metaphors. All right, Pat, you're up. Don't travel.
I kind of wanted to touch upon this. When we were talking about toys, but just to give everybody a heads up, Hasbro did their event show like stockholder meeting, and they actually stated officially that all their toys are unfortunately going to be slightly more expensive moving forward. So due to plastic costs and COVID shipping costs, all their standard figures are going to be a couple dollars more. So if anybody's listening or watching and is a toy fan, do not be surprised if you go into your local shop, wherever that may be, want to pick up one of those Captain America Falcon figures, and it's $3 more or $2 more than you expected.
Yeah, that's the cost. That's the cost of collecting.
And as you can see, I'm a big toy Hasbro guy, so yeah, this really hurts. But it is news, and we do want to mention.
Yeah. So it happens. Things rise. The cost of things rise. Back in Rob's day, comics were 10 cents. In my day, they were like $3.50. And you guys are probably used to like $2.99. So things
$1.99 USD is what we had.
Back in my day, the Bazooka Joe comics were funny.
They had bubble gum in every issue or something like that.
The only problem I have with this though is that we all know, whether it's the Hasbro figures, it's the stories about groceries, or everything's increasing because of this pandemic of COVID. Will it ever subside? Will they start to lower the cost of these? No, of course not. So this is the crappy thing, is that they give you this line saying, oh, it's because of COVID, because of the pandemic, everything's more expensive. They call it temporary, but it's never temporary, because it's still going to be that, right? Because they're going to be like, well, we can actually make more for our investors and our, so that's just the kind of the crappy thing about it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yes. And that's the whole point. And that's why, people arguing about the cost of gas is nonsensical, because people argue, but they don't do anything different. They don't change their habits. So they'll just keep increasing the prices. So as a fan, as a collector, as a purchaser of things, that is one of the crappy things, right? Is that that those prices are never going to, go back down to equalize out. But it is what it is.
So since Rob's grabbed the rebound and he's got some numbers on the board.
Look at you.
I think you had a little bit of information about the newest Green Lantern news.
Yes, since we're no longer talking about McDonald's. So today it was announced. Now I actually don't even. Okay, here it is. Finn Wittrock has been tapped to headline the new HBO Max Green Lantern television show as Guy Gardner. I am not familiar with Finn Wittrock. I think he's from American.
There's American Horror Story here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he
looks
also
from the Green Lantern series.
What's that?
He's also from this Green Lantern series on HBO.
Yes, that's right. So anyway, he is, I guess, headlining this new series that's being produced by Greg Berlanti and somebody else, as well as Jeff Johns involved.
Mark Guggenheim.
Mark Guggenheim, that's right.
Yeah,
Guggenheim,
Berlanti, Seth Graham-Smith.
And Seth
Graham-Smith, whole bunch of names.
Right. So Seth Graham-Smith was the guy who did Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. He was originally tapped to write and direct the Flash movie many, many years ago, and he left due to creative differences. He was also involved with the Lego movie in some capacity. So he's kind of had his fingers in different forms of pop culture. But yeah, this is the first real news that we have about this Green Lantern Corps television show that's going to be on HBO Max. And my understanding is that it's supposed to be debuting sometime in 2022. So I would imagine they have to kind of get on,
which is around the corner.
Right. Nowadays. We're not, I mean, I know people are like, dude, it's only like near the end of April, but it's near the end of April. So I imagine they're going to start filming probably by the fall, maybe for a winter 2022.
I have a legitimate question about DC shows. Are they connected to the movies in any way?
So there is a lot of questions surrounding that, but it appears that Walter Hamada, who is now, I guess, overseeing DC films for Warner, has kind of said this upcoming Flash movie, this Flashpoint-based movie, is supposed to lay the groundwork to show that there is one, while there will be a multiverse, that there is some connectivity between the universes. So I guess thereby allowing certain characters to go from one property to the next without people scratching their head wondering why. But yes, this Flashpoint movie is supposed to try to realign the DC universe to encompass what happens on film and on television shows. DC is known for redoing their universes every 5 years. So it could be a new 52 launch or it could be a rebirth launch.
Because one of the biggest problems with the DC properties is that you don't really care to watch any of the other stuff because you don't have any emotional attachment to it, right? Because what I'm saying is, like with these Captain America, Falcon, WandaVision shows, people watch them because they know it happens in the same universe as Endgame. So they want to know what happens next. But the DC stuff, after watching Justice League, even the Snyder Cut, you're like, do I care about Legends of Tomorrow? Do I care about the Flash movie? Do I care about Supergirl? No.
Right. So you've got the Batman coming up next year, and then they'll have the Gotham PD HBO Max, which will have the same actors except for Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
There's a Green Lantern movie that's supposed to be being made. I wouldn't be surprised if it has some tie to this new series, the Green Lantern Corps series as well. So,
but they're doing Guy Gardner before every other.
Yeah, hey man, Guy Gardner is a fan favorite.
Well, it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah,
so that is something. Yeah, this show is a bit more of a it's in 1984, I believe.
A period piece. Interesting. Right. All right, we're gonna let Rob double dribble for a second here. Noah Centineo is now off HeMan, right?
Yeah,
fake.
Yeah, thank you. So now Noah Centineo was tapped about 3 years ago to play HeMan. He went on Jimmy Kimmel and it was all excited about it. And then everything went really quiet and there was no word what was happening. He is now playing Atom Smasher in the Black Adam movie that has just started filming about a week and a half ago. And then came word yesterday that he's exited the project. No real word given, although I would imagine if nothing's happened in 3 years, then what the hell's the point of hanging around? We do know, though, there's a new Netflix animated Motu series coming out. I think at the end of this year, and it's been produced and showrun by Kevin Smith. So it's supposed to be a very direct sequel to the original Masters of the Universe 80s cartoon, including the look of everything. So, He-Man is alive and well, just not starring Noah Centineo.
Yeah. So we'll see who kind of picks up the sword and has the power after that. So let me. Yeah, it definitely should be. Let me run a little bit of.
I don't know who that guy is, so I don't know.
Yeah. He's
Centineo.
He's from a bunch of like kids like rom-com type shows and stuff like that. So he's a little bit before probably your generation and our generation. I'm going to play a little defense here. So I'm going to throw up Ryan Reynolds was having a little fun with the Mortal Kombat kick. So a lot of people were like Ryan Reynolds as Johnny Cage. So for his Mint Mobile, he dropped a little JPEG image. And I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I thought it was pretty funny. So let's drop that up here. And it says Mint wins, and it's got a picture of Johnny Cage with Ryan Reynolds' head on it. So I thought that's pretty funny. Like Ryan Reynolds just killing it with this viral marketing. So what do you guys think? Would you guys want to see Ryan Reynolds attached to this Mortal Kombat franchise? Like Rob, you had fun with the movie. No, Rob's already shaking his head, so he's not down. Chris Ho, I know you're a fan of Deadpool and all that kind of stuff. Would Ryan Reynolds get your attention for the Mortal Kombat movie?
Obviously Ryan Reynolds would be great as Johnny Cage, perfect look. He's great in action movies, things like that. But please, Ryan Reynolds, stay away from this franchise. Officially, okay, use it for marketing, that's good. But after watching Mortal Kombat last week, yeah, no, thank you. Stay away, please.
Oh, so was Mortal Kombat bad? Was it really bad?
No.
We'll leave that up. Yeah. So we have some pretty decent coverage of the Mortal Kombat movie.
Watch the
we've got a podcast and
review,
we've got an aftermath podcast. So I think it'll be interesting as my daughter's just finished her French class. So
hit the like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hit the like and subscribe for sure, people. Thank you very much. Let me see. Before we hit, I think we want to close out the podcast with the X-Men Gala. Is there anything else we want to drop before that?
No, fine. We can go ahead and show Colossus with his weird beard. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Well, do you have any other news bits, Rob?
Well, Invincible.
No, I have nothing.
Invincible has been renewed.
The world is making its way down.
That's one thing on the list. I'll just mention it is Invincible got a season 2 and a season 3 renewal. So I've been watching Invincible and I think it's great. So good. That's good to get at least 2 more seasons of it. It sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, the finale just got released yesterday, so we won't say anything about it because I'm sure it's too fresh, and we want people to have time to watch that without spoilers. But yeah, the series has done fantastic, and it totally makes sense that they get 2 more seasons. So let's jump to these X-Men reveals. I don't think we have time to show all of them, so I'll show the main one, and we can let Pat talk about the Hellfire Gala a little bit and nail this last 3-pointer for us.
So the Hellfire Gala is going to be an event that's going on in the next couple of months for the X-Men.
John watched one basketball game yesterday.
I know, right? And this is the gala. This is the event that they're going to announce the new X-Men team, which a lot of people have already known. But for some reason, they're making it like a prom-ish type of thing, where it just gives them a reason to design these new costumes for this one night event. So they're doing everything, including like sending out fake invites and stuff. They're really pushing the marketing on this thing. There's like a guidebook that was released. I don't know if we have it in the store.
No, not yet. It might be a promotional item that we're getting later on. I saw it got coverage on. I think the original images were released to Entertainment Weekly, so not a typical comic outlet. And then it's got a lot of coverage, a lot of the Twitter stuff. I've seen some articles posting a hot or not type red carpet evaluations of the costumes and things like that. So it's really cool that it's opening up this whole new venue.
I mean,
what do you guys think?
Season, right? Or was?
Yeah. So anyways, so
look at him.
Yeah, so we've got this picture of this is so to my understanding, each book is going to feature a different point of view during this gala event. So we're almost getting like a Love Actually type kind of like X-Men event happening, which is really funny. What do you guys think of these different costumes? The fact that they're bringing like this also, I don't know if it's called a fashionista kind of type scene to this comic.
It's evening wear.
Story, these were all designed by one of the old Morlocks named Jumbo. Like he's like a 4-armed dude, and he's like in the story. And ever since House of X started, he's like the he's Emma Frost's costume designer. So there is a little bit of flavor to it.
The guy designing this is the guy from the Marauders book, I think, because this whole Hellfire Gala. So Rob, I know you don't read a lot of current monthly issues, but does this interest you at all?
No.
Like, do you want to see? Because this is the close of the HeMan run.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at Sunfire. I'm thinking he just poached off MC Hammer's pants. Sink is wearing the coat from Joseph, the Amazing Technicolor Dream coat.
That's a fire coat, man.
Colossus has got this really wicked fade. That looks pretty sick. He's got his beard. I don't understand how his impenetrable skin allows him to grow facial hair. Wolverine,
he has hair on the top of his head. It's not like it falls off when he
well, that would be his weak point. See, if somebody hit him on the top of the head, he went dunk, and that's it. That would be in the end for Colossus. Would make sense. Wolverine. First of all, I'm not a fan that they still call it Wolverine. She's got I don't understand. Those are massive CFM boots, and I have nothing to say about Cannonball. I'm glad everybody likes it. It's just, I don't really. It's whatever it is. I'm sure. I know Pat is a huge X-Men fan. I've fallen off the book for some time now. And to be honest with you, for me, this doesn't want to bring me back into it, but maybe looks can be deceiving. They say never judge a book by its cover. So
okay, let's get Chris to run some interference, because Pat's probably gonna get double teamed on the next one. What do you think of this, Chris? Like, you don't really read X-Men. But are you like kind of like it looks cool, or are you kind of like, no, not really my thing?
As a non-follower of this, I liked it. It's kind of cool to see like their, I guess, evening wear for these characters. It's a different take on them. Covers, you can do anything you want with covers, right? So that's a dope jacket, man. Or cape, I guess, that Colossus is wearing. Kind of Baron Zemo vibes there. It's got like a red interior of some kind. He's got like these chains going on. It looks like a when I used to read X-Men, Colossus was a pretty basic dude. This seems like he's got a little more character to him. But again, I don't.
I think the X-Men are getting a little more swag, and they're kind of leaning into like, they've been this through to this kind of like alternative market. So it's kind of cool that they're the first ones to do this. I don't think Avengers could do this. What do you think, Pat?
I mean, I definitely don't think the Avengers can do this, because like a lot of these design work because these characters are kind of not that popular, or at least not popular but famous. Right, like a lot of people don't know who Sunfire is. A lot of people don't know who Cannonball is. Right, and if this cover gets somebody to pick up the book and go, "Who's Sunfire?" then it's a win. Right. Again, this is the design cover. This is the design variant. So even on the regular cover, if you see a picture of Sunfire and you go, "Yo, who's this guy?" It's worth it for that attempt. Right. Oh man.
I'll scroll through some of the other pictures. I don't think we really have time to discuss them. So we got designs for everybody. It looks like there's a set of alternate covers that they're going to release, and then they're going to have regular covers for each issue.
Cool. That Professor X, man, ridiculous.
So they got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm looking forward to it, and it is going to cap off this whole HeMan House of X or House of 10 or whatever you want to call it, Powers of 10 run. So that's interesting. All right, anything we need to hit before we go into overtime?
Oh my god.
All right, that's the last of my basketball metaphors. Don't worry.
And
Unless
the
you like
That's
regulation,
because you
John.
have nothing else. That's why.
I think I ran out. And from unless Rob's got something from way downtown. But I think
Downtown
that's
Julie Brown. No, I got nothing.
okay, nice reference, old man. Anyways. Anyways, thank you so much, folks, for tuning in. That's so what I miss. If you like this, if you want to see more of this, definitely hit us in the comments. Any news articles we missed, definitely, or throughout the week, maybe send us stuff, and we'll try to make sure we talk about it on the show. So thank you everyone again. Thank you all you guys here. Rob's gonna go let out another huge burp. And
Finish that McDonald's.
He's got to finish his McDonald's. And everyone else get back to work. So so thank you everyone for giving me your time. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you can get notifications when we do this kind of silly. Yeah, give us a like and things like that. So thank you so much. Here's What Podcast, new episodes every Sunday, and the Sidekick Show live every Monday. This Monday, we're going to be talking about Point Break, Keanu Reeves' classic, one of the probably best action movies of 1990s.
Johnny
if
Utah.
not, maybe
Utah,
the best. Yeah, Johnny Utah.
I am
Right.
an FBI agent.
Yeah, and with that, definitely tune in Monday if you want to relive this movie with us. Quote your favorite quotes and drop like what your favorite scenes are and stuff like that. So thank you
join us
everybody.
live. See you guys.
Thank you and thank you guys.